Welcome back. Story 1. I'm in a really horrible situation, and I have no idea what to do right now. I'm very new to Reddit and just needed advice, so sorry in advance for the format and the length. This is very long. I'm probably going to get flamed for this, but while you're at it, at least give me some advice on how to proceed. My husband and I have been together for 8 years and married for 6. We have a son together, 4 male, and have been in a very happy and fulfilling relationship until about 6 months ago. I started an affair with my ex from college that lasted about 4 months. I genuinely had no intentions of cheating and thought of it as just catching up with an old friend when he reached out to me. I don't even know why I did it or why I let it go on for so long. So yeah, it lasted for 4 months, and we were regularly having sex both at mine and my husband's home, my AP's home, and hotels whenever his place was unavailable. And yes, he is married with 3 kids. During this time, I became increasingly distant from my husband, and he began to notice. He is a very smart man and knows whenever something isn't right. Well, one night he asked me flat out if I was cheating on him. I denied it, of course, but he didn't back down. He told me while looking into my eyes that he knew something was up, but that he was going to let this go because he had no proof. However, he said if he found out down the road that I had lied to him, we would be done, no questions asked. I took that threat very seriously and immediately ended it with the AP. He reluctantly agreed to end it, and I devoted myself to being the best wife and mother I possibly could. I felt very guilty of how I had neglected my husband and started initiating intercourse more, doing things in bed I wouldn't normally do, helping more around the house and with our kid. My husband was very cold to me in the beginning, but things went back to normal after a while. One day, my AP contacted me again via Facebook. I told him in no uncertain terms that we were done, but he said he wanted us to meet one last time. I foolishly agreed to this, and we decided to meet up at a hotel 2 hours from where I live. I wanted to experience this one last time before calling it quits for good. As you can guess already, this didn't go according to plan. After AP and I were done with the deed, I received a short text from my husband that read, "I know where you are, who you're with, and what you're doing. We are done. Don't bother coming back home. I've transferred half of our savings into your checking account. Have a good life." I can't describe the wave of emotions I felt at that moment. I tried calling him and texting him, but he had me blocked on everything. He eventually unblocked my phone number, but said it was only to deal with our son. Everything else was going to be through his lawyer. I've never been more depressed in my life than I was when this happened. I decided to go home the next day, but he wasn't there, neither was our son. Whenever I texted him, he would only respond if I asked about my son. He sent me a text saying we would each have our son for a week and nothing else. I couldn't talk to his side of the family because they all had me blocked, and my family was very disappointed in me. My best friend is the only person I could talk to. I had literally no contact with my husband for a whole week, and when I did, it was to inform me that his brother would be bringing our son over to me for my week of custody. This was the most painful period of my life. How could he be so cruel and indifferent? Aren't we supposed to talk about things like this? I know I probably deserve it, but he never even gave me the chance to apologize or explain. The guilt I have and the way he's treating me are literally driving me insane. I feel like he never even loved me if he can be this emotionless. I'm not even asking him to take me back, just to talk, yell at me, anything. Doesn't he want some form of closure at least? This brings me to today. I got served divorce papers, and I literally can't believe he would go this far without even having as much as a talk. Yes, I shouldn't have cheated, but I can't help but feel that his reaction is very childish. I haven't even read the papers or hired a lawyer. Things just can't end this way. I sent him a text telling him that I would contest this divorce, even if it leaves us in financial ruin. So my question to all you strangers is, what should I do? I'm really lost right now, and I can't even function. I can't believe my whole life is about to end, and I'm not even being given the chance to fix it. Should I contact the police since I don't know where he is and he changed the locks to our house? Any advice will be appreciated. Edit. I know he's hurt, and that's why I'm trying to get him to talk to me. Maybe confronting him will ease his pain. His brother told me that he spent 2 whole days crying after I betrayed him. He never cries, not even when his dad died. Knowing I caused that much pain is making me feel like jumping in front of a train, and I can do nothing to make this less painful for him. It's not even really about me wanting him back, which I really do. It's about me helping him heal. Your husband is under no obligation to give you another opportunity to mend things or to accept your apology. You're responsible for the situation you're in, so you should face the consequences. My only suggestion is to simply sign the divorce papers and move forward with your life. Currently, your actions have been hurtful, but there's room for personal growth and self-improvement. Learn from your mistakes and strive to become a better person. Sorry, but you're 100% in the wrong here. You cheated on your husband for months. He told you if he found out you had been cheating, he would leave you. And so what did you do? Do it again. You're a childish and selfish person, and I applaud your ex for getting out of a relationship with such a horrible person. How can he be so cruel? I'm sorry, but he's hurt. He prefers this over confronting you because he doesn't want to be weak and let you screw him over again. This was a test he wanted to see if you were genuinely over being a cheater, and you weren't. You proved to him you would do it again and again and again. He was hesitant and cold at the beginning because he was already hurt and didn't want to be weak. But he gave in. He probably thought, I just want to see if she really is over the cheating, which you weren't. You dug your grave. Men have feelings too. Story 2. My husband, 45, and I, 35, have been together for roughly 17 years. The past 10 years, he's been taking medication, which has affected his libido and ability to sustain an erection. For many years, I was fine with this, as our general relationship was great and we enjoy many of the same things. He's interesting, intelligent, and loving, though not in the least bit romantic. A couple of years ago, some things happened that started a change in my approach to life. Among those, I saved my husband's life during a heart attack. It was mentally hardest on me as I lived through those days while he doesn't remember anything. And I slowly started thinking that I had to live my life to its fullest. I started thinking about my goals in life. I became happier with my job and settled for not being very ambitious in that area as my priorities changed. I chose to focus on myself and my family, dedicating more time and choosing to have a child, even though I was never certain I wanted one until after I almost lost my husband. I'm now a happy mother, and I'm mostly happy with my marriage. But I've come to realize that I really miss sex. Not love, but feeling wanted physically, enjoying my partner like that and my own body again. As I've said, I'm reasonably happy in my marriage. All relationships have their ups and downs, and I love my husband and really don't want to leave him or lose him. But I'm strongly considering having an affair. It's something I can't really discuss with anyone in my life, so I'm asking for advice here. I'm usually a very considerate person, trying to help others, often helping and setting my own needs aside. I just don't want to have regrets one day and feel like I never did anything purely for my own happiness. I hope I don't come across as a completely ungrateful jerk. My husband knows I'm unsatisfied with the situation, but there's not a lot we can do about it together. I just want to hear some thoughts on where to go from here. Physical intimacy is an important aspect of a relationship, and it's understandable that after a prolonged lack of it, you may have a strong desire for it. It's advisable to have a candid conversation with your partner, reassuring him of your love and commitment, while also addressing the basic human need for physical connection. Another approach could be considering a one-time physical encounter, ensuring it doesn't lead to an emotional connection. Establish clear guidelines for when and how often this is acceptable, as you don't want to waste time communicating with strangers online. Keep the romantic and dating aspects between you and your partner, while the physical need is met separately. It's crucial to be prepared for your partner's possible reluctance and help him understand the importance of this aspect as you would any other bodily function. Comments. My mother got badly sick when I was a kid. I'm assuming sex was off the menu for a long time. My father cheated, knocked up a neighbor. I never forgave him. I left home at 18 and never spoke with him again. Your kid may feel the same. Have a nice clean divorce instead. You may love him, but you're no longer sexually compatible. Has he taken any actions to try and solve the issue? See a sex therapist? If he hasn't and is completely satisfied with the status quo, that should tell you something right there. Maybe it's time to have the painful no-holds-barred conversation and let him know that your marriage is at stake, unless the both of you work to solve this problem. If he refuses, then you have your answer. He cares more about himself and his needs, or lack of them, and not about yours. Don't listen to all these people calling you a jerk or a terrible person. I've been in your shoes, but as the husband caretaker, I wanted the same thing you're craving, but never had it in me to physically cheat or ask for an open relationship. It caused me to lose feelings for my now soon-to-be ex-wife. I wasn't happy and didn't feel fulfilled with anything I tried sexually solo. There's a huge difference between sex with a toy and a person, as no intimacy is received from a toy and sometimes not a fling. I should have asked for an open relationship when I first started feeling alone and unfulfilled. That way you can get your intimacy sex fix. Even if not completely open, you can try to include your husband in the selection of your potential suitor, so you only introduce one extra person to your relationship. Again, you aren't a terrible person.